Davao City Mayor Sara Duterte Carpio planning to take her oath as the Philippines' 15th Vice President on June 19 in her hometown. That will be days ahead of the inauguration of presidential frontrunner Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr., who will likely assume office as the country's next leader on June 30, succeeding Duterte Carpio's father, President Rodrigo Duterte. Now, the leading vice presidential candidate explains her early inauguration will allow her to attend Marcos's succession in Malacanang. She adds the people of Davao, where she served as mayor for 3 terms, also want to witness her oath-taking. The uni-team tandem continues to hold a commanding lead in the latest unofficial tally of the Election Commission and may be proclaimed before the end of the month.
The camp of presidential frontrunner Bongbong Marcos disputes a circulating list of supposed cabinet members of the incoming administration. The list, which has been posted online, contains names of supposed appointees, which include former government officials. But Marcos' spokesperson says only 2 cabinet appointments are so far confirmed, leading vice presidential candidate Sara Duterte as education chief and former MMDA chairman and Marcos campaign manager Benhur Abalos as interior secretary.
For all others, I know people are excited kung sino pa yung mga pangalang ilalabas, pero tuloy-tuloy lang yung interview process para naman makabuo ng isang gabinete na talaga namang magiging responsive dito sa mga problema nga harapin ni President-elect Bongbong. Wala akong ganong listahan. And with all due respect kay former Secretary of Finance Purisima, nakakaya po sa tao, hindi may nag-float ng kanyang pangalan. Hindi po accurate yun, to say the least.
Bongbong Marcos also considering appointing to government positions candidates who did not make it in last week's elections. Marcos' spokesperson, attorney Vic Rodriguez, has repeatedly said his boss does not look at party colors when choosing his appointees. Under the law, losing candidates may only be appointed to a government office or office at least 1 year after the election.
So we're looking at some possible personalities. But again, I think most of them would rather enjoy first their much-needed vacation for 1 year. Pangit din naman magsabi ako ng pangalan na hindi pa sila nakakausap. We have always been respectful of people's preferences, privacy, and their choices.
The Interior and Local Government Department preparing for the turnover to its new chief. Interior Undersecretary Epimako Densing says he's already coordinating with Benhur Abalos, who was recently named to be the next DILG secretary. Densing says a DILG briefing team has prepared a brief on the ongoing and future programs of the agency. The DILG is also focusing on local government transition teams to ensure they are ready to turn over key posts to new sets of local officials.
Ang gusto lang namin maiwasan na hindi mangyari yung nangyari noong 2019 sa Cebu City na nagwasak ng gamit dahil sabi niya kanya daw yun. So doon ang iwasan po natin. Kung ano yung opisina, nagka-transition din po dapat sila. Kaya nga importante ma-announce na rin kung sino ang transition team, sino ang mamumuno sa bawat ahensya ng gobyerno, dahil kung sino yung incumbent doon, magta-transition po sila o magta-turnover sa papasok na bagong mga opisyales.
The Philippine national elections may be drawing to a close, but the race for the Senate presidency has just begun. Sherian Torres tells us 5 lawmakers are reportedly eyeing the 3rd highest post in the land.
With a new batch of 12 senators soon to be proclaimed by the Commission on Elections, talks as to who will be the next Senate President start to heat up, with the names of Senators Cynthia Villar and Juan Miguel Zubiri said to be leading the race. Senator Sherwin Gatchalian and Senate returnees Loren Legarda and Francis Escudero are also reportedly eyeing the post. A contender needs at least 13 votes to corner the Senate presidency. In line with this, 2 senators told ABS-CBN News that Zubiri has already bagged the majority votes. Their colleagues' disapproval of Villar, the sources say, was due to her bad temper and her conflict of interest as a business magnate should she lead the chamber. One of the sources adds what they would not want to see at the podium is someone who is hot-headed, who doesn't know the rules, and one who doesn't observe proper decorum. The sources also claim Zubiri enjoys the backing of presumptive President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. Sought for reaction, Villar, through her media relations officer, says it's still too early to discuss the Senate presidency. Zubiri likewise refuses to comment on the matter. But former Senator Antonio Trillanes IV, who worked with Zubiri and Villar, says his information is that Villar is leading the Senate presidency race.
Si Senator Zubiri kasi ika nga Mr. Congeniality, ano? So mabait siya sa lahat eh. That may be a problem kung kailangan mong maging independent. Si Senator Cynthia Villar, unifying figure kasi parang motherly yung dating, parang principal sa eskwelahan.
A Senate president, according to Trillanes, must be an institution veteran and someone who enjoys the respect and good relations of his or her colleagues. He adds a Senate president is third in the Constitution's line of succession, controls the yearly budget of the Senate, and handles the SP office's confidential funds. Trillanes says the Senate president also decides what committee will be given to every member. Another unnamed Senate source also predicts a Villar victory over Zubiri, citing Bongbong Marcos's refusal to endorse Zubiri's father in the congressional race. Another supposed Villar advantage is her husband Manny's strong affiliation to both the Duterte and Marcos camps. Dr. Jean Franco of the University of the Philippines Political Science Department, who incidentally worked as a Senate legislative staff years ago, meanwhile underlines the reality of how one is chosen as a Senate president.
Kung inendorso ng presidente, that's the reality. Wala akong natatandaan naging Senate president na hindi gusto ng presidente. Kasi importante din na na pagdating sa budget process, pagdating sa kanyang main legislative agenda, priority legislative agenda, makuha niya yung suporta ng Senate.
And whether it will be a Villar or Zubiri leadership at the Senate, the scenario will still be the same according to Franco.
Halimbawa, Senator Villar, magiging as independent, as feisty as the person is ba ang chamber?
No. And that's something that the entire country must watch out for.
Can you say the same thing to a Zubiri leadership?
Pareho eh. Yun ang nakikita ko. We don't know what developments will happen in the next 3 years, pero I think yung 30 million votes matter a lot in terms of political capital.
Senate Minority Leader Franklin Drilon, who served as Senate President for a number of years, has some reminders to those competing for the chamber's top post. An effective Senate President, he says, is a consensus builder and one who knows how to enter a compromise when crafting laws. Sharian Torres, ABS-CBN News.
Retired Philippine Poll Body Commissioner Rowena Guanzon's possible congressional post is put into question. Guanzon has been posturing as party-list lawmaker-to-be as P3PWD, a group she actively campaigned for, is poised to win a seat in the next Congress. Guanzon even attended a gathering of party-list groups backing the speakership bid of House Majority Leader Martin Romualdez. But here's the catch. Guanzon is not one of the nominees of P3PWD. COMELEC also saying no substitution of nominees has been filed by the party list.
Hindi pwedeng kung sino-sino lang pong upo, wala ka sa list, wala ka doon sa substituted list, or ikaw man ay approve na substitution. Ang pinaka-importante na aprubahan po ng COMELEC yung list, final list of nominees.
The Commission on Elections is expected to proclaim the 12 winning senatorial candidates tomorrow, May 18th, and leading party lists on Thursday, May 19th.
The camp of Bongbong Marcos claims they're not bothered by the upcoming launch of a non-government organization formed by outgoing Vice President Leni Robredo. Robredo earlier announced she will turn her office's anti-poverty program called Angat Buhay to an NGO on July 1st after her term ends. Marcos's spokesman says they have respect for the rights of individuals to organize such an initiative.
Okay naman yung karapatan naman ng lahat ng tao mag-organisa. For as long as you are exercising your rights within the bounds of the law, sa tingin ko re-respetuhin niya ng kahit na sinong demokratikong pamahalaan at pamumuno.
Despite that assurance, Robredo's yet to be launched NGO is already under attack online. A Twitter account posing as the NGO warns tourists against visiting the Philippines. But Robredo spokesperson Barry Gutierrez says Angat Buhay does not have its own Twitter account yet.